yards, but Lamar Jackson with an excellent run, and he has cracked 1,000.
Y'all don't really want it like that.
And are you still not subscribed to Matt's channel? Well, if you're not, hit the subscribe button because he's giving out free picks each and every week. Hope you have a good rest of your day.
NFL Week 6 is here, guys. I'll talk 3 big games like usual, along with the Monday Nighter. No matter the matchup, my favorite teaser and underdog options of the week. Same format. Continue to find winners most weeks, not every week, of course. Link.me/system capping or systemsportscapping.com for everything me. Records over there, client comments over the years, content, resume, and more. Currently handicapping the NFL, the UFC, PGA, and the NHL as well. We had an opening game winner in the NHL, low volume in the NHL. I expect, it's hard to say how many bets, but I expect a couple a week, depending on what I look for in the NHL. I'm very strict in handicapping the NHL low volume. Games this week that we'll talk about, Jags versus Seahawks, Steelers versus Browns, and the Commanders versus Bears. Is the Monday Nighter. Not the best games this week, but remember, bye weeks have started, so, limited matchups throughout the week. NFL Week 5 had a ton of upsets. This was the week with the most upsets. We did get caught by a few. Cardinals ruined the teaser. It's probably one of the ugliest losses I've ever seen. You could put it in a bad beat as well. They were winning 21-6 in the fourth. And the things that happened that they had to lose that game was just incredible. Prior to the fourth, I believe, Murray got a ball to the face and he had to leave the game for some time and then came back. That was one thing. The DeMarcado drop fumble in the end zone. Every week this is happening. Another guy, right? Mitchell for the Colts 2 weeks ago. Now in this Arizona game, unbelievable. Unbelievable. Just hold on to the ball until you get to the end zone. Why drop it? What is it doing for you? Like, it doesn't even look good. Like, I don't understand it. It's frustrating to watch because they lost the game because of that. And then that wild interception fumble, then the ball rolled into the end zone and Titans jumped on it. Probably the craziest, ugliest loss I've seen from a team for sure. I'm surprised, they don't make some changes over there with the coaching staff. Maybe we will see something soon. But yeah, losing to the Tennessee Titans is just a shame, right? And then the Rams on the Thursday Nighter. Guys, 49ers were so banged up coming to that game. I thought Rams would win the game for sure. The points were a lot. I leaned the 49ers to cover. We did talk about that depending on who is in the game, but there's too many guys out. Right, so you're going to play the Rams. They win that game 9 times out of 10. They fumbled twice, 2 turnovers. You can't do that. You can't do that if you want to win the game, right? So, yeah, I think the Rams win that game 9 times out of 10 in that type of situation. The one time was that game on the 49ers. So, it's just bad beats, right? You can't really do anything about that. You just got to move on to the next week. The good news is Survivor. Over 7,500 people were out in Circa Survivor. Rams, Arizona, other upsets too, right? It wasn't just those two. There's other upsets on the week. Let's remember, I'll go over that right now. Titans plus 340, money line outright. Pats plus 320. Broncos plus 200. Bucks and Commanders also, and then the Jags as well. So it was a wild week for upsets, and circa over 7,500 people have been out. We were able to avoid it. I was able to avoid any of these underdogs. That's what you need to do, right? To go deep. And I have both entries alive still. We had Detroit went with a more chalkier winner. And then we also had the Colts, and they won their game very easily. So happy about that. Power ranking update. Let's do a power ranking update here, guys. Lions take over top spot. Eagles lost, have to move them down somewhat. Bills as well lost. They're moved down to third. Bucks and 49ers round up the top 5, guys. They continue to... 49ers have been the biggest surprise due to the injuries. I'm surprised they keep finding ways to win. Hats off to the coaching staff there. Hopefully you guys did tail the underdog on the Jags. We did talk about them plus 3.5 would be the way to look there in the Monday night game. And what a performance. That's a Jags team that doesn't win that game prior years. They don't win big games like that. So hats off to them. That's all I can really say. They got that big win. Close game. Lawrence ran the ball well, I think. Instead of throwing the ball away or throwing interceptions, he decided to run when there's guys not open. And it paid off well. Big win for the Jags, 4-1. I think they're for real. We'll talk about them here shortly. And let's get into it right now, actually. Jags -1 versus Seattle Seahawks, total 46.5. Guys, the Jags are for real, I'm telling you. Even though I don't love this situational spot for them, but this could be a sneaky good game here, right? You got the Jags versus that Seattle defense. Guys, Jags beat the 49ers, beat the Chiefs. They're legit. They're able to put up points on both those teams. 25 and 31 last week. So what are they going to do against the Seattle defense? Can't wait to watch this, guys. Jags 4-1 for the first time since 2007. 2009's the last time they beat the Chiefs. Just a lot of records there being reversed. A lot of long time, waiting for the Jags to win. And like I mentioned, that was one of their biggest games they've won in quite some time. Could be a letdown spot here, though. Let me tell you why. That Seattle defense, very legit. Right? We've seen them go on the road in Pittsburgh and win that game. Seattle's coming off a hard-fought loss to the Bucks. Could have won that game. Could have went either way. Bucks again. Find a way to just win games at the end. Right? If we look at their opponents, though, Jags do have the better wins. Right? Jags do have the Chiefs, the 49ers, Texans, and Panthers. Seahawks, Cardinals, Saints, Steelers. So how good really is Seattle? You could say that as well, guys. Right? You have to look at who are these teams beating, and Jags have the better resume here. But a couple things I don't like here for the Jags. The Monday Nighter short week coming off a big emotional win. This is what you call a letdown spot. Along with some adversity with the short week, right? Because you played on Monday night. Now, no travel spot, so that's definitely favoring them there. I just have a feeling the Seattle Seahawks come into this game angry off that Bucks loss. Should have won that game. Should be 4-1. Definitely a very risky game to handicap. I'm not going to make my client card this week. But for podcast purposes, give me Seattle +1, +1.5, whatever you can get out there. Money line as well. Jags, note for them in the injury standpoint, they did lose their starting tight end Strange on IR. That could be a loss for them as well to adapt to the blocking game. And of course, a weapon there in the middle. Steelers -5.5 versus Browns, total 38. We got to talk some divisional games here, right? We have to. And these two have been battling over the years, guys. 5-5 in the last 10 games. Normally, when you bet this game, you want to bet the home team, and that's what we're going to do here. We're going to play the Steelers to win the game. 5.5, I'm not in love with it due to that Browns defense. But the other theory here is attacking rookie quarterbacks on the road, guys. I attack rookie quarterbacks on the road as much as possible and you're going to win a lot more than you don't. Example last week, though, right? When you get bad luck with the Arizona, right? Cam Ward won the game technically over Arizona. That's an example. And you see examples throughout the year. I can't give you an exact percentage, but a lot more times you're going to win games betting against rookie QBs on the road. And that's what we're going to do here. Now, sure, Cleveland could win this game. It would have to be due to a huge defensive performance, which we have seen. We've seen against the Packers. So it's possible. All right, they shut down Aaron Rodgers, get to him, frustrate him. And then Gabriel's able to do enough, not turn the ball over, and they win the game. I wouldn't be totally shocked like some of the losses last week. But if I'm going down to the situational handicapping of the rookie on the road, and the Browns only really having a solid defense, Minnesota was able to put up enough points against them last week and win that game. And you're also getting Pittsburgh off a bye. I like to back teams off a bye as well, guys. Healthy coming into the game. And let's throw one more out there. Cleveland coming back to the States from overseas. A lot of things going against them here. So yeah, Steelers will be the play. They should get the win here. Good teaser option, good money line option this week. 5.5. Tough, right? It's a lot of points. A lot of points. Like I mentioned, these two play each other well. These each other very evenly. However, it's mainly home and home, right? So last time Browns won in Pittsburgh, 2021. So yeah, a lot of things going against Cleveland here. My rookie on the road theory, Pittsburgh at home, off a bye. Only way I could look is Pittsburgh here. Monday nighter, guys. Monday nighter, Commanders -4.5 versus Bears. Total 50 is a sneaky good game. This could be a sneaky good game. High scoring total here, and I could see it being very high scoring and getting over this total 50. I usually don't play high totals over. Just wouldn't be surprised. Daniel's back, right? Nice win over the Chargers last week. They put up 27 against the Chargers D. Right? That Chargers D obviously better than the Bears, even though Chargers have kind of been coming down. They had a great start now. They're not looking that great. 2 in a row I think they lost now. So keep an eye on that Chargers team moving forward. A lot of injuries, right? No running backs. Both running backs hurt. They had some injuries to the O-line. I think defensive as well. So interesting what happens there. Yeah, this Commanders team is good when healthy. That's a big question, when healthy, right? I have them a top 10 power rank team when healthy. However, Scary Terry's out. Debo's banged up. Their running back room is banged up. Obviously, they just got Daniels back. So when they're healthy, very good team. Check the injury report, though, right? That 4.5 seemed a little high due to the Bears playing well and coming off a bye. Right, so I'd have to look at the Bears plus 4.5 if I were to play this game. Bears should be healthier. Off the bye, back-to-back wins. Good win over Dallas, and they also handled the Raiders on the road as well. I was somewhat high on the Bears. It all came down to how is Caleb Williams going to look. Inconsistent at times this year, but he has been getting better. And then the defense, right? How's the Bears defense going to look week to week? Hasn't been great. It'll need to be a little better here against the Commanders to definitely win the game, but to hang around and cover this 4.5. Excited for this game. Should be a good game. I'll be watching this probably over the Bills and Falcons. There's about an hour time difference. So yeah, there is another Monday night game, guys. Bills and Falcons. So busy Monday night. Teaser options. Let's get into the teaser options. First one we lost last week due to the Cardinals. We talked about it already, the ugly loss. What a mess. What a mess. One of the uglier losses. You can't do anything. Like I said, you bet that game 9 out of 10 times it hits. It's worth the bet, right? That one time it happens, nothing you can do. You can't win them all, as they say. 4-1 for client teasers on the year. Two favorite this week will be Seattle. You can get them at plus 7.5, plus 8 depending on what books you're using. Is 6-point teasers, guys. Remember, you get them at plus money. And then Dallas +4. I like Dallas to probably win that game outright in Carolina. If Carolina does pull off the upset, I expect it to be close. And we will talk underdogs. Underdogs didn't like anything last week. I warned you guys. So whatever leans or play, they did not turn out well. So hopefully you did fade them. I didn't play any underdogs last week either for clients. We talked about it already, guys. Seattle. I think they have a shot to go into the Jacksonville Jaguars in a letdown spot for them to win that game, coming off a tough loss. It's a small dog, plus 105. All right, shop around, but I think Seattle's alive to win that game. And then San Fran. Live to win that game, depending on the injuries again, guys. They're not going to continue to win with all these injuries. So Seattle will be my favorite. San Fran, watch the injury report. If they get a couple guys back, I think they're worth a shot to get the win over Tampa. Tampa continues just to win these close games. They have to come back down to losing some, in my opinion. That will do it, guys. That will do it. UFC, look out for the podcast tomorrow. That will be out. We have a client card out for the PGA. They're in Japan this weekend. That's out already. Got matchups and outrights pending there. Like I always say, guys, bet smart and know your limits. Enjoy this week.